Right. I believe we're here and we're going to allow families a few more minutes to log in. So hello, good morning, Andrea. We're waiting for some of our family members to join us. They're both here on Zoom and on Facebook. So while we give everybody a few minutes to join, we'll just kind of let everybody know you're at the right place. Today is our webinar on succeeding in the Collat School of Business, and we will get started shortly. We are seeing some friends joining us again, both here on Zoom and on Facebook. So welcome everybody. As we allow people some time to join us, we are going to just go over some housekeeping items. We are so excited to have Andrea Pound this morning. Today we are having our last webinar for the summer, but this is not the last webinar we will have as family engagement. So if you have not been able to view all our 23 webinars that we've had this summer, please go back. There's still time. We've had webinars all the way from campus safety to living on campus at UAB, off-campus housing. We have had webinars from student health, wellness promotion, counseling services, student support, disability support services. So there's plenty of webinars to see. There's still time. You're about to come to campus, drop your student off, help them move in, or if they're living off campus, this is a great way to get to know UAB, know what's available for you and for your students as they begin their journey through their college and academic career. Again, thank you for being here. All of our webinars are available for viewing on Facebook. So if you have missed any, please go back and view them at your convenience. You can share them, watch them with your students, and you can also go to our website, uab.edu/webinars, and then you will find the 2024 webinars. And you'll see all the ones that we have posted. We have them available for captions. And again, you can watch them as many times as you want. And if you have any questions, you can email us at families@uab.edu, and we will be glad to answer your questions or route your questions to the appropriate programs or departments. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Andrea Pound, Director of Freshman Success at the Collat School of Business, as she joins us today and tells us a lot about the School of Business. And if your student is interested in business or you want to know more about the program. So Andrea, thank you for being here with us today, and it's all yours.
Thank you. Well, welcome everyone. As Carmen said, I'm Andrea Miller Pound. I am the Director of Freshman Success for the UAB Collat School of Business. That is a long title. I work with your freshmen. Any freshman business major, regardless of their major, I am working with them to make sure that they're getting what they need to be successful. Today, I'm going to talk about a few things to help you support your student while they are here. We'll talk about some things that I believe they should take advantage of, some resources, ways that they can get involved, and ways, again, to be successful in Collat. So one thing I want to mention is why do we have a freshman success in the Collat School of Business rather than a typical major advisor? Well, the reason is we decided 5.5 years ago that having a director of freshman success would be important because we have 4 strategies we think are important for a freshman business major, and we want to make sure that they get what they need. We want to make sure that they have a consistent voice and a consistent message so that they know who to come to and they're not running around trying to find information from lots of different people. So I am their point person in the Collat School of Business. So lots of different things that I will be talking to you about today, and we'll get right into it. So some of the things that I believe they need to do to be successful is to take advantage of the opportunities provided to them. We offer so many opportunities to meet faculty, to meet other major advisors, to meet other current students, networking with all these organizations, as well as industry professionals. We have industry professionals in our building all the time, and we want our students to take advantage of those opportunities, introducing themselves. We teach them how to introduce themselves. So we have those opportunities. Have your student take advantage of them. Talk to them about it. Ask them when the career fair is in the School of Business. They may be surprised that you know about it. Use the resources provided in our school, we have incredible resources, not only their academic advisors, but also the Collat Tutor Lab. It's in an office right next to mine, and we tutor all subjects in business. We also have tutors that work with math 098, Math 102, and Math 105, which are all maths that many business students take. We also tutor for economics and accounting and finance, a lot of our analytical classes, but also for Business 101 and some of our lower level classes to get students used to studying differently. They do study a little bit different than they have to study a little bit differently in college than they do in high school. So the Collat Tutor Lab, one of those great resources. Faculty meet and greets. I mentioned this earlier. We have lots of opportunities where faculty will come and visit with students. Students can ask faculty and their professors questions about careers, about classes, about opportunities they should take advantage of. It's a really great time for students to have face-to-face contact and conversations with the faculty in the Collat School of Business. And we also have student success workshops. Off and on, we will have opportunities for students to, obviously free, provided to them, come to workshops that some are things like time management that you would expect to have, but we also have other, one that was really popular in the past is how to talk to your faculty member, how to say hello to your professor, because it's a little bit awkward in the beginning for your students to figure out how to do that. My third strategy that I think is really important, and it seems like common sense, but it's not sometimes. Your student needs to get enough sleep and remember to eat. So many times they pack their schedules with classes, with organizations, with meetings, with everything, and they don't get enough sleep. And they sometimes forget to eat, which is shocking, but it's true. We want to make sure that they are healthy and feel good so that they are successful while they're here. So remind them, get enough sleep and remember to eat. That doesn't mean they can't have fun and hang out with friends and go to organization meetings, but they need to do that. They need sleep and sustenance to be able to do that. And also remember that the first year is hard, not necessarily because the courses and the coursework is just horribly hard. Your freshman year is just hard in general. Their first year is figuring out how to study differently, meeting new people, balancing everything in between. I remind students often during orientation that college classes, typically the professors don't provide study guides. I always laugh because the professors, when I ask them what's the number one question they receive from students in their classes, and the number one is, why don't you give a study guide, or where is the study guide? Many professors will say, no, well, my lecture is the study guide. And that's not to say many of our professors don't post notes and lectures online and in their Canvas courses, but the difference, students are going to have to really study to learn the material. And we want students to do that because we want them to get the knowledge so they can be successful in their career once they graduate. That's the goal, right? So also meeting new people. College is a time to come and find their people. That's what I like to say. I have a daughter starting college this year and one that's going to be a senior. And I try to tell them, find their people. There's so many opportunities to meet new people and to be involved with things that maybe they haven't seen before, but meet people and network. That's what it's about. And at orientation, you may ask your student, I say often, it really is about who you know in business. You never know who you will be working with in the future. And then balance. I also remind students at orientation that their parents and family members and, people that are guardians that are helping them, their caregivers with college and all the different decisions, contact them, be in touch with them. All the research out there shows that students that have parents or caregivers involved in their college, they just do better and they graduate at a higher rate. So finally, I also have important reminders. So they all heard this at orientation, but I feel like I need to say it again. Some things that I see students forgetting and don't do before classes start, they end up forgetting once the hustle and bustle of the first semester of college begins. They need to have their final high school transcripts sent in to UAB. That final high school transcript should show that they graduated from high school. Most likely, when they applied to UAB, they did have a transcript sent, but this was a transcript showing their current courses. The final one needs to show that they graduated. Most high schools have a transcript system or some kind of system. Parchment is a really popular one where you can go in and they can see if it's been sent. And if it hasn't, they can request that it be sent to UAB directly. But they will not accept paper copies or ones that the students or you hand to them that needs to be sent in directly to UAB. Immunization records. I see students all the time. They say, oh, I'll get to it. I just have to do it before spring. It is better to do it now rather than wait. Because if you find you're missing a shot or if there's something you need to do, it's better to go ahead and get that done. This can be easily, a lot of high schools provide this at their high school graduation, a copy of their immunization records, but you can also get this from the Department of Health or the pediatrician's office. So go ahead and upload that information to the UAB Student Health and Wellness website. If you have any questions about immunizations or whether you've been cleared or not, the student just needs to go to the patient portal, log in with their Blazer ID, and they usually respond pretty quickly in the patient portal. Next, developing a financial plan. College is expensive. Talk with your child about the cost of college. Even if they're getting all loans, if they've got grants, if they've got scholarship dollars, if you're paying for it, if their grandmother's paying for it, if they're paying for it, college is expensive and someone is paying for it. The worst thing in the world is to get a shocking bill that they did not realize they were gonna receive. I provided, and you can also get this on the UAB website, a estimate of tuition and fees. You can go in and you can look at the worksheet and figure out what the out-of-pocket cost each semester will be so that you're not surprised. I've told the students that to do that every semester, just so they know. I have to do that every semester with my children because I don't like surprises, and I don't know anybody that likes surprises when it comes to money. So talk to your child about their financial plan and how paying for college is important so that you can stay in and keep moving. Next is ask your child about the graduation planning folder that they received during orientation. We have one orientation left. So if your student is to attend orientation next week, they'll get that then. The majority of you, my guess is, have already received that folder. This folder has information about what your student can do to be successful, and I break it down by years. So you have your freshman and sophomore years, and you have your junior and senior years. I want to make sure that the students know the different things that they can get involved in. In the Collat School of Business, we want them to get involved from day one. They don't have to wait till they're a junior. They don't have to wait till they're a sophomore. We have leadership organizations for everyone. So look at that graduation planning folder, whether you keep it or your child keeps it, and look at it and ask, I see that there's a freshman mock career fair. When is that? Have you gone to that? Really talk to your student about things to expect and encourage them to do so. Every incoming business freshman is assigned a current business peer mentor. They are there to help them, talk to them, answer their questions. Not only myself, but a mentor that can help them get information. Next is register your child for Business Found or have your child register for Business Found. This is a college readiness program in the Collat School of Business that happens the week before classes start. Next week, Students participating in Business Mound that are living on campus get to move in on August 20th. That's Tuesday. They're pre-assigned to that time. So if they're a Business Mound participant and living on campus, they can go ahead and move in from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., 9 to 12 noon, the morning of Tuesday, August 20th. That's a pre-assigned time, but that is only for students that are participating in Business Bound. We recommend all incoming business students participate in this college readiness program. Your student has been sent emails and text messages, postcards in the mail with the information about registry. The registration deadline is actually Thursday, August 15th at 11:59 p.m. So make sure and get that registration in before then. Students that want to participate in Business Bound that are freshmen but not living on campus can also participate. They will be given a parking pass for that week and should participate every day just like any other student moving on campus. This is an opportunity for students to meet faculty, and the dean will welcome them. They'll have meals with their peer mentors, and we have other current students that are here to really help students find their way. They help them walk their class schedules and find where all of their classes are. And it's really just a good opportunity to get to know all the incoming business freshmen and meet people before you get to campus and before they start classes on the 26th. The students that have participated in Business Bound have been very successful. In fact, 93% of the students that participated in Business Bound last year registered the next semester and were saying that they were more comfortable and confident going into college here in the Collat School of Business. And next, medical insurance waivers. I've added this to my presentation because I have seen so many students look at that bill and get surprised by the student health or student insurance that is required of all UAB students. If your child is covered under your insurance or is just covered under your medical insurance and has it, please have them fill out the medical insurance waiver and turn in their insurance, the proof of insurance to show that they have that so that they don't have to pay that unnecessarily. Many students choose to have that insurance, and that's completely fine. But going ahead and getting it waived before the deadline in September is super important, because if it's not done, then you'll be stuck charged that amount. So go ahead and get that insurance waiver in and upload your proof of medical insurance as soon as you can so that you don't forget about it. It's so much easier to get it done now. So final reminders. I know I've given you a lot of information today, but remind your child about the resources available to them. Talk to them about all the things that I've said today. Ask them about what they learned in orientation and what we talked about. They can always email me. They can always text or email their business peer mentor. Their information was given to them at orientation, but their mentors have been texting them all summer. So ask them about that. Remember to request the high school transcripts and upload the immunization records as soon as you can. I'll also add and upload the medical insurance waiver and proof of insurance if your child is covered, so that you aren't paying a fee unnecessarily. Develop the financial plan. Talk to your child about college, the cost of college. Again, I'll remind you that I did provide an estimate cost of estimated tuition per semester, a worksheet in their folder. They got it at orientation. If they lost this, they can always stop by my office and I'm glad to provide that to them. But you can also find the same information by Googling UAB tuition and fees, and you'll see a breakdown of costs for each semester. Also, and I've mentioned this several times, ask about that graduation planning folder. Have your students show them the folder with information about steps to succeed. There's so many things that they can get involved in, from career fairs to faculty talks, to the Collat Career Services, to so many opportunities. remember to register for Business Found. Again, the students that participate in this come in confident, come in better prepared for the semester, and they just feel more comfortable going to class. All the surveys that I took from the students, the majority of the students said this program was worth every bit because I got to move in early, I got to meet friends, I knew where my classes were, and I could put faces with names when it comes to professors. They met Miss Pound, myself, and other people in the building. As always, remind the students that I am here for them if they need me. At orientation, I show every single student after they register for classes where my office is. I walk them into my office. I show them where I am so that they can come and meet with me at any time. Once classes start, I will be in their Business 101 class pretty much for the first 2 weeks, for the first 10 to 15 minutes, asking them if they're getting everything they need, ask if they have questions, reminding them how to make appointments with me, because I'll start having them to make appointments so that they get used to doing things in the real world, making appointments, how to show up for that appointments, those kind of things. And I'll also talk to them about believe it or not, I've had students already asking me about how to register for classes for the spring term. So I'll start talking to them about that in September. So if you need anything as a parent, please feel free to reach out to me with any questions. My email is ampound@uab.edu, and it's up here on the screen. I don't mind you asking me questions at all. In fact, I prefer to make sure that students are getting the best answers and the best information that they can. Once classes start, it is best to ask your student because they will be in charge of their academic progress at that point. And while I can't talk about specific information, I can answer general questions if you need help or guidance along the way. So with that, are there any questions? Carmen, have you heard, is there anybody that has questions for me or?
Okay, so thank you so much. I'm monitoring both Zoom and Facebook. So families, if you have any questions at this point, you can put them in the Q&A section, either here on Zoom or via the comment section on Facebook. This is a great opportunity. Andrea is there for your students and she will be there along this journey with you. I'm also going.
You muted yourself, Carmen.
Sorry, muted myself. And then, so I am going to also send out the information about the enrollments for the insurance waiver. So the deadline is coming up. I mean, the priority deadline already passed July 15th, but the final deadline to submit an insurance waiver is September the 15th. But don't wait till September the 15th. If your student has or is covered by your insurance, make sure that they submit the waiver. And again, another important point that Andrea mentioned is your students will be responsible. There will be information, general information that she can send, but your students will be responsible. She cannot share any information about academics or financial records. So for that, your student, you will need to request, remember we talked about this during orientation, FERPA access through the Family Hub. So if you haven't done that, or if you need more help with that, we can help you so that you request access to your student to their financial and academic records. So again, this is a great opportunity. If you have any questions, please submit them now. If questions come up later as you share this webinar or you view it again with your student, you can always send your questions to ampound@uab.edu or to us at families@uab.edu. So again, I'm not seeing any questions right now. While we wait, sometimes there's always last minute questions. Just a couple of reminders. Again, you can go back and view all of the webinars we've had this summer. Lots of important information, links to important information, emails, and they're on our website, uab.edu/families, under communications and under webinars 2024. They're also available for reviewing here on Facebook, and they're there throughout the, they'll never go away actually. So you can share them with your student, you can view them again. And one last reminder, or two actually, you will be getting a survey asking you about the webinars that you've seen, how many you've seen, what your thoughts have been, and how we can actually improve, or which ones you would like to see in the future. I mentioned this was our last summer webinar, the one for the summer, but we will have two during the fall. And we will be sending out information. One will likely happen as you drop your student and your student moves in, and the other one will happen as you get ready to welcome your student back home for the holiday. So we will be sending out information about that. And the last thing I wanted to remind you about is Family Weekend. So you can register now. We actually invite you to come back and visit with your student. All of our campus partners will be there. We will now be joining Family Weekend, the beginning of Family Weekend with UAB Ham, Taste of UAB Ham, which brings together a lot of off-campus partners and food trucks. And we will also be having Rec Extravaganza at the Rec Center. So lots of things happening for Family Weekend. Register now before the price goes up. And we look forward to having you come to campus, and then your student will be excited to have you and take you around their all of the new experiences that they've had. Again, I am not seeing any questions right now, Andrea, but I would like to thank you for being with us today. And again, we wish everybody a great rest of the summer, and let us know if there's anything we can help you with.
All right, well, go Blazers. Thank you.
Go Blazers. Thank you, Andrea.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day, everybody.